This is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor. Welcome to my YouTube station. This is the third time I started this video, and it's buffered me out twice, so I'm getting a little agitated by this. Anyway, I got to keep my eye on the screen to make sure I'm not going to get shut off again. Anyway, I've worked about 10,000 cases. I'm a national expert in IRS tax resolution matters. I've been doing this forever, since 1973. I have a whole team of former IRS agents on staff. With that said, I'm on TV a lot. You can see all my videos at 777irs.com, 777irs.com. You can see my site, the people that work with me. We are loaded with former IRS agents. We handle anything from an IRS notice or letter to going to really tax court. Most cases don't do there, but we can handle those cases if that's the case. We do civil and criminal work, at my firm. So I just wanted you to know we have a large handle of what we can do. I started this station 2 years ago for three reasons. A lot of stuff on YouTube is garbage. I do this to educate you. I do this to inform you and to give you inside information tips that you're only going to hear from a former IRS agent. The biggest reason is for you to not get scammed on offers and compromise and tax debt resolution. There's a bunch of scammers out there. They're usually the bigger companies who want to throw you and pitch you an offer and compromise, and you're not even eligible for an offer and compromise. So we're really good at the offer. I taught this program at IRS, the offer. So myself and Peter Salinger are probably two of the most notable authorities for offers and compromise in the United States. And I say that humbly, just being honest. Look at our website, find out for yourself. I want to talk to you today about the three avenues of tax relief. So as a former IRS agent, I pretty much went ahead and I collected money for the government. And how do you do that? How does IRS dispose of debt? When someone owes money? Well, they have different programs, and your current financial statement puts you in one of those programs. The programs are currently non-collectible, hardship, payment agreement, or you can file an offer and compromise and try to compromise your debt. So with each one of those, how does IRS determine how they're going to close your case? Simple financial statement. They're going to take a 433-F. Up at the service center at the local office, they're going to take a 433A, and when they take that 433A, they're going to know exactly how they're going to close your case. IRS will ask for it to be documented with bank statements, pay stubs, and copies of your expenses. IRS is trying to get an idea of how you live, how much you live on. Two things that IRS is really going to be looking at is your assets and liquidity. You have pensions, you have equity in a house that you can borrow against. The other thing they're going to do, the big aha moment for people, is IRS is not going to let you live on all your expenses that you're normally used to living on. If you pull up a 433A financial statement, 433A, not the 433 OIC, the 433A, go to page 4, you're going to find out basically on page 4 the expenses that IRS is going to allow. What's even worse is you're not even allowed to claim fully those expenses that you're spending on. There's an actual living expense and then a column for what IRS is going to allow. The only thing that's important to you is what IRS is going to allow. And in stating this, you have to understand that there's standards that IRS is going to allow in every county in the United States. They're going to fix you for food and clothing. They're going to fix you for housing and utilities. By the way, you can go onto your browser. You can stop the video when I say this and find out. IRS is going to say, well, in IRS housing and utilities, put that in your browser. IRS national expenses for housing and utilities. It'll pull up a page. It'll pull up a state, and then it'll pull up your county. You can find out how much IRS is going to allow you. Then they're going to go ahead and modify how much they allow for car payments and a vehicle operation cost. IRS wants to thin that out as much as they can to go ahead and get a payment from you. So with that, when IRS looks at that financial statement, looks at those documents, you're either going to go into currently uncollectible, you're either going to go into a payment agreement, or an offer and compromise. I don't want to talk about the offer and compromise now. It's a whole different beast. But I just want you to know, don't buy these companies that can reduce your debt unless you know that person knows what they're talking about. When you call those companies, if you don't call us, that is, you want to call us. But if you do, if you're not talking to an attorney or a CPA or enrolled agent, hang up the phone, because you're talking to a salesman and they're going to give you a line of garbage. So just remember, tax relief generally comes in 3 ways: through the currently non-collectible payment agreement or offer and compromise. We are national experts. Our information is below if you want to get a hold of us. Just don't get ripped off. The most important thing take from this video is IRS's National Standards Program. If you owe money, you have to understand the National Standard Program, because you're going to be limited in the expenses you take, and it's a big game changer. Would you please give me a subscription, leave me a comment, a like, whatever you want. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. If you want to get a hold of us, find my info in the description section. Thank you.